Across dusty fields, fertile plains, and countless harvests, a few tractors rose above the rest. They became symbols of strength, reliability, and progress, changing agriculture forever. This is the story of the 15 best-selling tractors in history. Number 15. Allis-Chalmers WD. When the post-war farming boom of the 1940s reached its stride, Allis-Chalmers stepped forward with a tractor that would soon become a familiar sight across American fields. The Allis-Chalmers WD, introduced in 1948, was designed as a reliable partner for medium-sized farms that needed a machine both affordable and hardworking. At a time when demand for mechanized equipment was rising sharply, this tractor carved out a legacy by combining practicality with the right level of strength. Its strength began with a 4-cylinder gasoline engine that combined durability with straightforward upkeep. The displacement measured 3,550 cubic centimeters, equal to 217 cubic inches. Farmers valued the balance between size and serviceability, as many relied on their own skills to keep machines running through long seasons. In terms of performance, the Allis-Chalmers WD produced about 34 horsepower at the belt. This gave it the ability to run a wide range of implements, from plows to cultivators, making it a dependable choice for farms that demanded versatility. The consistent delivery of power meant operators could count on the machine to finish work within tight windows. Torque added another layer of reliability. Output stood at nearly 123 pound-feet, which allowed the tractor to push through heavy soils with steady determination. For many, this pulling ability defined its reputation, especially in regions where conditions were unpredictable. Efficiency was equally important. Averaging close to 12 miles per gallon, the tractor managed to stretch operating budgets further. With a fuel tank capacity of more than 15 gallons, it worked long hours before pausing for refueling. The Allis-Chalmers WD became more than machinery. With its blend of serviceable engineering, trustworthy torque, and economical operation, it gave farmers assurance during a time of great change and secured its place as one of the most valued tractors of its era. Number 14. Farmall F20. In the depths of the Great Depression, when American farmers were searching for machines that could stretch every dollar and still keep up with demanding workloads, International Harvester introduced the Farmall F20. Launched in 1932, this tractor was designed to replace the aging Farmall Regular and to give growers a stronger, more dependable machine for the row crop era. It arrived at a time when agriculture was under intense pressure, yet it quickly proved itself as a tool that could lighten the burden of farming. At the center of the design was a 4-cylinder engine built for steady performance. Its displacement measured 3,565 cubic centimeters, equal to 218 cubic inches. The balance between size and reliability allowed it to operate long hours while remaining simple enough for farmers who often carried out maintenance themselves. In terms of usable strength, the Farmall F20 produced about 29 horsepower at the drawbar. This improvement over its predecessor gave it the ability to pull 2-row implements with confidence, helping farmers increase efficiency at a time when every hour in the field counted. Torque output reached around 118 pound-feet, giving it the resilience to move steadily through heavy soils without constant shifting. This quality made it a reliable partner for plowing and hauling, especially in regions where fields demanded extra determination from machinery. Efficiency added further appeal. The tractor averaged close to 10 miles per gallon, and with a fuel tank capacity near 20 gallons, it could manage long days before needing to stop. For families balancing scarce resources, this economy was a major benefit. The Farmall F20 ultimately became more than a simple machine of its time. With its combination of horsepower, torque, and efficiency, it gave farmers a dependable ally in one of the most difficult decades, proving that resilience could be built into steel as well as spirit. Number 13. McCormick-Deering 15-30. In the rapidly changing farm economy of the 1920s, growers needed a tractor that could finally replace the teams of horses that still pulled much of the work. International Harvester responded with a model that came to symbolize that transition. The McCormick-Deering 1530. Introduced in 1921, it became one of the company's most important machines because it provided dependable strength at a time when agriculture was beginning to shift toward larger fields and heavier equipment. The power of the tractor came from its 4-cylinder kerosene engine that was valued for both resilience and lower operating costs. Its displacement measured 4,670 cubic centimeters, equal to 285 cubic inches. This balance between size and simplicity gave farmers a durable machine that could be serviced with basic tools while still offering the endurance to handle heavy field work. In performance terms, the McCormick-Deering 1530 produced about 22 horsepower at the drawbar. and roughly 30 horsepower at the belt pulley. For many farms, this marked the first time that one machine could confidently pull multiple plows and power stationary equipment, replacing teams of animals with mechanical strength. Torque made it even more dependable. Output reached close to 145 pound-feet, giving it the steady pull required to move through heavier soils without stalling. Farmers often recalled that even when conditions grew demanding, the tractor delivered consistent force that smaller machines could not match. Speed was modest, but practical. With a top rate of about 4 miles per hour, the tractor was built for pulling power rather than fast transport, which suited its primary role in deep tillage and heavy fieldwork. Fuel efficiency added to its appeal. Designed to run on lower-cost fuels like kerosene and equipped with a tank large enough for long hours, it allowed operators to make better use of daylight without costly interruptions. The McCormick-Deering 1530 was more than a tractor of numbers. It was a symbol of endurance that carried farmers from the age of horses into the future of mechanized agriculture. If these tractors impressed you, wait until you see what's still ahead. The next machines raise the bar even higher in farming history. Stick around and remember to like and subscribe to support more content on classic agriculture. Number 12. John Deere D. When American farming began moving toward larger operations in the early 1920s, John Deere introduced a tractor that would become one of its longest-lasting and most iconic models. The John Deere D, first released in 1923, carried a reputation that stretched across decades because it was engineered for endurance rather than show. As Deere's very first two-cylinder production tractor, it set a foundation for what would become one of the company's strongest traditions in agricultural machinery. The heart of the tractor was a two-cylinder all-fuel engine designed for both toughness and flexibility. Its displacement measured 6,626 cubic centimeters, equal to 404 cubic inches. With its long stroke and large bore, the engine produced steady low-end strength that allowed farmers to keep working through the heaviest field jobs without hesitation. The John Deere D produced about 15 horsepower at the drawbar and roughly 22 horsepower at the belt. For farms of the 1920s, this level of strength was more than enough to operate plows, threshers, and other core implements, making it one of the first tractors capable of fully replacing teams of horses. Torque further enhanced its reputation, measuring nearly 180 pound-feet. That consistent pulling force allowed the tractor to keep its pace in dense soils, where lighter competitors often stall. The reliability of this torque delivery gave farmers the confidence to push through long workdays without interruption. Although not built for speed, the tractor could still reach around 5 miles per hour. This was sufficient for hauling wagons and traveling between fields, while maintaining safety and control. Fuel use added to its practicality, averaging nearly 6 miles per gallon. Supported by a large fuel tank and a rugged transmission, the tractor could sustain long days with minimal downtime. The John Deere D was more than just a machine of its era. With its sturdy mechanics and lasting power, it defined durability for nearly 30 years and left a mark that outlived the generation that first depended on it. Number 11. Allis-Chalmers WC. By the mid-1930s, the American farm was changing rapidly, and many families needed an affordable tractor that could replace horses without sacrificing durability. Allis-Chalmers responded in 1933 with the WC, a model that quickly became one of the company's most famous machines. It was designed during the depths of the Great Depression, yet its affordability and reliability made it a lifeline for farms struggling to modernize. At the heart of the Allis-Chalmers WC was a 4-cylinder gasoline engine that stressed toughness and simplicity. Its displacement measured 3,306 cubic centimeters, equal to 202 cubic inches. This balance allowed the tractor to provide steady power while remaining easy to maintain, which mattered for farmers who often carried out repairs on their own. The WC produced about 28 horsepower at the drawbar and nearly 37 horsepower at the belt pulley. This gave it enough muscle for 2 bottom plows, threshing machines, and other field implements, while staying compact enough for medium-sized farms. Farmers valued the way its horsepower arrived smoothly, ensuring jobs were completed without strain. Torque output reinforced this dependability, reaching close to 118 pound-feet. That consistent pulling strength allowed the WC to push forward in heavy soils without requiring constant shifting. Operators found that this trait was especially valuable during fall plowing when ground conditions were toughest. The tractor also offered useful travel speed, topping out at nearly 12 miles per hour. This made it practical for moving wagons or traveling between farmsteads, saving precious time when compared to horse-drawn work. Fuel efficiency added another advantage. Averaging about 11 miles per gallon and supported by a 15-gallon tank, The WC could complete long days with minimal refueling. The Allis-Chalmers WC became more than a simple machine of the Depression era. With durable engineering, reliable torque, and strong efficiency, it gave farmers a partner they could depend on in both hard times and seasons of growth. Number 10. John Deere 4020. The 1960s brought major changes in agriculture, and John Deere rose to meet those demands with a tractor that would become legendary. The John Deere 4020, first introduced in 1964, transformed what farmers expected from row crop machines. Built during an era when farms were expanding and workloads were intensifying, it quickly became one of the most trusted tractors of its generation. At its core was a 6-cylinder diesel engine designed for endurance. Its displacement measured 6.7 liters, equal to 405 cubic inches. This capacity gave the tractor the durability to handle heavy jobs without wearing down quickly. Farmers valued the fact that the engine could work through season after season with dependable strength. Power figures gave it further credibility. The John Deere 4020 produced about 95 horsepower at the drawbar and roughly 104 horsepower at the PTO. These levels of output match the requirements of medium to large farms, making it effective for tillage, planting, and running heavier implements without compromise. Torque output added to its field reputation, reaching nearly 360 pound-feet. That steady pulling force gave it the determination to move through deep soils and heavy ground equipment with confidence. Operators appreciated how the tractor's torque curve kept power available exactly when it was most needed. Practical speed improved its versatility. Capable of traveling at close to 19 miles per hour, the tractor could manage both fieldwork and transport duties effectively. Reliable transmission choices, including synchro range and optional power shift, added flexibility for different conditions. Fuel use rounded out its strengths, averaging nearly 8 miles per gallon, and with a fuel tank capacity of 34 gallons, the tractor could handle long working days without repeated stops. The John Deere 4020 became more than just another machine in the field. With its strong engine, dependable torque, and efficient operation, it represented progress in a decade defined by growth and change. Number 9. Massey Ferguson 35. In the mid-1950s, farming was shifting toward tractors that could do more with less effort, and Massey Ferguson delivered exactly that with the 35. Introduced in 1956, this model became one of the company's most popular machines because it combined affordability, reliability, and versatility. It arrived at a time when smaller farms especially needed dependable equipment that could perform a wide range of tasks without breaking the budget. At the center of the design was a 3-cylinder diesel engine that emphasized practical strength. Its displacement measured 2,584 cubic centimeters, equal to 158 cubic inches. Compact and durable, this block gave the tractor the right balance of power and maneuverability, while its simple construction allowed farmers to carry out repairs without difficulty. The tractor produced close to 37 horsepower at the PTO, enough to handle loaders, hay tools, and light plows. This power output made it a versatile option for medium-sized farms, delivering steady work without overtaxing the frame. Many operators found that this balance of size and performance was what set the model apart. Torque output added another layer of reliability, reaching nearly 108 pound-feet. This allowed the tractor to push steadily through tougher soils without constant shifting, keeping implements moving smoothly under load. For farmers dealing with heavier ground, this pulling strength gave the machine real credibility. The Massey Ferguson 35 could also achieve a travel speed of about 15 miles per hour. That mobility meant it could double as a light transport vehicle, carrying wagons or supplies between fields. Fuel economy made it even more appealing, averaging nearly 13 miles per gallon and equipped with a fuel tank of over 11 gallons. The tractor could manage long workdays without frequent stops. The Massey Ferguson 35 proved that smaller machines could still deliver meaningful results. With its practical horsepower, dependable torque, and efficient running costs, it became a true partner for farmers seeking lasting value. Number 8. Ford 9N. Few tractors in history can claim to have rewritten the rules of farming, but the Ford 9N did exactly that. Released in 1939, it marked a turning point in agricultural machinery by making modern engineering accessible to everyday farmers. Instead of simply being another machine on the market, it became a tool that introduced entirely new standards of efficiency and safety in the field. At the heart of this groundbreaking model was a 4-cylinder gasoline engine built for steady operation. Its displacement measured 1,930 cubic centimeters, equal to 118 cubic inches. This size gave the 9N a dependable blend of durability and serviceability, which meant farmers could keep the machine in good order without relying on complicated equipment. Performance was matched to the needs of the era. The tractor produced about 23 horsepower at the drawbar, giving it the ability to operate plows, harrows, and mowers with confidence. For small and medium-sized farms, this was the level of output that balanced affordability with practicality. Torque reinforced its field performance, with the engine generating close to 92 pound-feet. This gave the tractor the persistence to keep moving forward through heavier soils, reducing the need for constant shifting. Farmers soon recognized that this steady pull made the 9N feel stronger than the numbers suggested. The machine also reached a top travel speed of roughly 11 miles per hour. This added mobility allowed it to serve as both a field tractor and a transport vehicle for lighter loads between farms. The ability to handle both roles in one compact package gave it a versatility that was rare at the time. Fuel efficiency further cemented its value. With an average of nearly 14 miles per gallon and a fuel tank capacity of around 10 gallons, the tractor could keep working long hours without constant refueling. For families managing modest resources, this was a crucial advantage. What defined the Ford 9N most was the introduction of the 3-point hitch system. This innovation revolutionized implement attachment, setting a standard still used today. By blending innovation with reliability, the Ford 9N reshaped farming and left an impact that carried far beyond its own generation. Number 7. Zetor 25. When European farmers searched for affordable strength after the devastation of the Second World War, one tractor quickly stood out as a reliable answer. The Zetor 25, introduced in 1946, was the very first tractor built by the Czech manufacturer Zetor, and it quickly earned a reputation that stretched far beyond its homeland. This machine was not only a tool for recovery, it became a symbol of resilience and progress in the rebuilding of agriculture. The tractor was powered by a 2-cylinder diesel engine, designed with rugged simplicity. Its displacement measured 2,750 cubic centimeters, equal to 168 cubic inches. This compact engine provided steady performance, while its straightforward layout allowed farmers to handle maintenance themselves without advanced equipment. For regions struggling with shortages, this independence made the machine invaluable. In the field, the Zetor 25 produced about 24 horsepower at the drawbar. Though modest compared to larger machines, this figure was ideal for smaller farms, where plowing, cultivation, and transport duties demanded reliable rather than excessive output. The way its power delivered evenly meant implements ran smoothly and consistently. Torque provided another measure of strength, reaching nearly 80 pound-feet. This ensured that the tractor could press forward through heavier soils and uneven conditions, without frequent gear changes. Many operators observed that the machine felt stronger than its numbers suggested, a quality that built lasting confidence in its abilities. The Zetor 25 could also reach travel speeds of roughly 12 miles per hour. This capability gave it dual usefulness, not only working fields, but also pulling wagons and goods between farms and villages. Flexibility of this kind was critical for communities that needed one tractor to handle nearly everything. Efficiency added to its appeal. With an average of about 15 miles per gallon and a fuel tank capacity near 10 gallons, the tractor could manage long days without interruption. Operating costs stayed low, which was crucial for farms recovering in difficult post-war economies. The Zetor 25 was more than a machine of survival. It represented resilience, progress, and the return of hope to European fields, showing how practical engineering could rebuild agriculture from the ground up. Number 6. Ursus C-330. Across the fields of Eastern Europe, few tractors are remembered with as much respect as the Ursus C-330. Introduced in 1967, it became the backbone of small and medium-sized farms across Poland and beyond. Affordable, simple, and built to last, it proved that reliability could come in a compact frame, and its long production run only reinforced its reputation as a farmer's favorite. At the center of the Ursus C-330 was a 2-cylinder diesel engine that placed endurance above complexity. Its displacement measured 1,960 cubic centimeters, equal to 120 cubic inches. This carefully chosen size gave it the stamina to work day after day, while still remaining easy to service with basic tools. Farmers quickly grew to appreciate how little specialized care the tractor required. The tractor generated close to 30 horsepower, which was sufficient for mowing, plowing, and light tillage. It was not meant to overwhelm with raw strength, but instead to deliver steady and dependable output that kept work progressing smoothly. For many family farms, this level of power was exactly what was needed to handle varied tasks with confidence. Torque delivery added another strength, with the engine producing nearly 90 pound-feet. That pulling force gave the tractor the ability to manage heavier soils without constant shifting. In real-world conditions, where traction and endurance mattered most, this steady torque proved invaluable. The Ursus C-330 could also reach top speeds of around 16 miles per hour. This allowed it to move goods and wagons between fields, making it a reliable transport vehicle, as well as a field machine. Its ability to switch roles gave it versatility that smaller farms especially depended on. Fuel economy helped seal its place as a cost-effective option, averaging nearly 17 miles per gallon and with a fuel tank of about 10 gallons. The tractor was capable of long work sessions without adding high running costs. The Ursus C-330 stood as a durable partner for countless farmers. With steady torque, efficient fuel use, and a simple design, it carried agriculture forward with quiet strength that made a lasting impression. Number 5. Fiat 640. In the 1970s, farmers across many regions demanded tractors that could deliver strength without unnecessary complexity. The Fiat 640 emerged as one of the most practical answers, offering reliable power, durable engineering, and affordable operation. It was built for everyday farming tasks, from tillage to transport, and quickly proved itself as a machine that could be trusted through long working seasons. Its design centered on a 4-cylinder diesel engine that was compact yet resilient. The displacement measured 3,533 cubic centimeters, equal to 215 cubic inches. This capacity allowed the tractor to run steadily through heavy workloads while still being straightforward to maintain. The mechanical simplicity made it attractive to farmers who often preferred to carry out servicing themselves rather than rely on costly repairs. Power output was another reason for its popularity. The Fiat 640 produced about 75 horsepower, which gave it enough muscle to handle plows, balers, and transport wagons effectively. Operators valued the way the power arrived evenly, making long days of operation smoother and more predictable. Pulling ability was supported by torque, reaching nearly 214 pound-feet. This gave the tractor the steady pull it needed to move through heavy soils or uphill conditions without constant shifting. In real-world farming, this consistent torque mattered more than peak numbers because it kept operations moving forward under pressure. The model could also achieve a top speed of about 17 miles per hour. While not designed for speed alone, this made it suitable for transport between fields and villages, adding versatility to its everyday role. Many farms appreciated having one tractor capable of both fieldwork and hauling. Efficiency completed the package. The tractor averaged close to 13 miles per gallon, a figure that helped keep operating expenses under control. With a fuel tank capacity of around 17 gallons, it could work through long shifts without frequent stops, maximizing productivity when time in the field was critical. The Fiat 640 represented a balance between strength and simplicity. With dependable horsepower, reliable torque, and good fuel economy, it gave farmers a machine they could count on in demanding conditions, and its legacy continues to reflect that practicality. Number 4. Belarus MTZ80. In the 1970s, farming across Eastern Europe and beyond required tractors that were affordable, rugged, and capable of handling long workdays with minimal maintenance. The Belarus MTZ80, introduced in 1974, fit that role perfectly and became one of the most widely produced tractors of its time. Built for utility more than comfort, it gained a reputation for being simple, dependable, and adaptable to a wide variety of agricultural jobs. At the center of the MTZ80 was a 4-cylinder diesel engine that emphasized stamina over sophistication. Its displacement measured 4,750 cubic centimeters, equal to 289 cubic inches. The straightforward design meant that servicing could be done with basic tools, a feature that made it invaluable in regions where parts and repair facilities were often limited. In terms of performance, the tractor produced around 75 horsepower. This gave it the ability to pull plows, seeders, and carts effectively, while still being manageable for lighter operations. Farmers valued the steady nature of its power, which allowed long days of work without pushing the machine to its limits. Torque delivery added to its reputation, with output close to 217 pound-feet. This dependable pulling strength gave the tractor the ability to handle heavier soils and uneven fields without slowing to a stop. Such steady torque was often more important to operators than headline power numbers, since it meant progress could continue in challenging conditions. The tractor also offered practical travel speed, reaching nearly 19 miles per hour. This versatility allowed it to serve as both a field machine and a transport vehicle, moving wagons or equipment between villages when needed. For many rural communities, this dual role made it more than just a work tool. Fuel economy further supported its practicality, averaging about 12 miles per gallon, and with a fuel tank capacity of more than 20 gallons, it was capable of covering long workdays with minimal downtime. The Belarus MTZ80 demonstrated how functional design, consistent torque, and solid efficiency could combine into a machine that remained useful in every season and across every type of farm. Number 3. Mahindra 575Di. By the late 1970s, farmers in India and abroad were demanding tractors that were tough enough for continuous field work, yet affordable to own and maintain. The Mahindra 575Di, first introduced in 1976, became the company's answer to that challenge. Built to withstand long days and harsh conditions, it soon grew into one of the most dependable machines produced under the Mahindra name. The tractor carried a 4-cylinder diesel engine designed with durability and simplicity at its core. Its displacement measured 2,770 cubic centimeters, equal to 169 cubic inches. This engine size struck the right balance, being large enough to provide sustained power, but compact enough to keep servicing straightforward. Farmers valued that they could maintain the tractor with basic tools, ensuring steady performance year after year. Power delivery was practical and well-suited for medium-sized operations. The Mahindra 575Di produced around 45 horsepower, enough to handle plows, harvest equipment, and transport duties without overloading the frame. Operators often noted that this power level made the tractor versatile, as it could adapt to a wide variety of tasks rather than being limited to just one role. Pulling capacity was further supported by torque output of approximately 124 pound-feet. This steady pulling strength allowed the tractor to perform well in heavier soils, where traction and consistency mattered more than high-end speed. The ability to deliver reliable torque without frequent shifting gave it an advantage in challenging field conditions. The tractor could also reach a useful top travel speed of about 12 miles per hour. This made it suitable not only for field work, but also for hauling goods or moving between fields, saving time when every working hour counted. That flexibility expanded its role on farms, where one machine often had to do many jobs. Fuel efficiency helped solidify its popularity, averaging close to 15 miles per gallon and equipped with a tank capacity of over 12 gallons. The Mahindra 575Di allowed operators to keep working for long hours with fewer interruptions. Built with toughness, practical horsepower, and efficient operation, the Mahindra 575Di showed how dependable engineering could serve farmers across varied landscapes and conditions. Number 2. Ford 8N. When American farming entered the post-war boom, one tractor quickly rose to prominence for its ability to combine affordability with versatility. The Ford 8N, introduced in 1947, was designed to build upon the success of its predecessor while offering upgrades that made it one of the most widely adopted machines of its time. For farmers who needed a reliable workhorse to handle everyday operations, it delivered precisely what was promised. Under the hood was a 4-cylinder gasoline engine that provided a dependable foundation. Its displacement measured 1,930 cubic centimeters, equal to 118 cubic inches. This compact yet durable engine was easy to service, making it ideal for farmers who preferred to maintain their own equipment. Its straightforward mechanics ensured that downtime stayed minimal, even during the busiest parts of the season. The 8N produced roughly 23 horsepower at the drawbar and about 27 horsepower at the PTO. This level of output was more than sufficient for tasks such as plowing, mowing, and cultivating. Operators appreciated how the tractor delivered power smoothly, allowing them to complete long days of work without mechanical strain. Torque added further practicality, with output reaching about 92 pound-feet. This steady pulling force allowed the tractor to work through heavier soils while maintaining a consistent pace. Farmers valued this ability because it meant fewer gear changes and less wasted effort when ground conditions grew difficult. The tractor could also achieve a top speed of around 12 miles per hour. While modest by modern standards, this speed was a major advantage when moving wagons or traveling between fields, saving valuable time during busy periods. Efficiency was another strength, as the Ford 8N averaged close to 14 miles per gallon. Combined with a 10-gallon fuel tank, the tractor offered long hours of continuous operation without interruption. The Ford 8N represented a practical solution to post-war farming challenges, combining useful horsepower, dependable torque, and efficient operation in a way that reshaped daily life for countless farmers. Number 1. Fordson F. In the years following the First World War, farming was under immense pressure to modernize, and one tractor changed the way agriculture was powered. The Fordson F, first introduced in 1917, became the first mass-produced tractor that ordinary farmers could afford. By replacing animal power with dependable mechanical strength, it reshaped farming practices across America and the wider world. At the core of this pioneering design was a 4-cylinder engine built for practicality. Its displacement measured 4,470 cubic centimeters, equal to 273 cubic inches. This balance of size and durability allowed the tractor to perform long days of plowing and hauling without mechanical fatigue. Farmers valued its straightforward layout, which kept servicing simple in an era when access to professional mechanics was limited. The Fordson F generated approximately 20 horsepower at the drawbar and close to 30 horsepower at the belt pulley. For its time, these figures represented a dramatic leap forward, as one machine could now perform work that once required entire teams of horses. The steady power delivery gave operators confidence that the tractor would not falter under the constant strain of heavy fieldwork. Torque output reached nearly 120 pound-feet. This ensured the tractor could maintain progress through tougher soils and uneven ground, which was essential in regions where lighter equipment often failed. By combining reliable torque with manageable size, the Fordson F became a tool that transformed efficiency in daily farming. The tractor could travel at a maximum of about 6 miles per hour. While slow by modern measures, this speed was more than enough for plowing and field transport. Farmers quickly discovered that the ability to move steadily and continuously was far more valuable than quick travel. Fuel use added to its appeal. Averaging close to 10 miles per gallon, the Fordson F allowed long working days, with fewer refueling interruptions, making it economical at a time when every resource mattered. The Fordson F was more than just a new tractor. It was the beginning of affordable mechanization that gave farming a new direction for generations to come. From small family farms to vast open fields, these tractors powered generations with strength and reliability. Got another classic machine you think deserves a mention? Share it in the comments, hit like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more farming legends.